Hey there, food fans. Welcome back to the Food for Thoughtcast with me, your host, Melissa Reagan, and my co-host with the most, Chef Steven Gonzalez. What's up, Steve?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, I couldn't be more excited. I know you are freaking out because tonight we are talking to Chef Joe Sasto. What's up, Chef?
Yeah.
Heyo, mustache in the building. Or I guess not
Mustache
in the
twirling
building.
in the building.
Yeah, mustache in the virtual meeting room.
I must ask you to be on my podcast. I love it. What's going on, Chef?
A whole lot. This is we didn't get to start, and I didn't tell you guys. This is the last bit of quote unquote work before I officially go on vacation. We leave for our honeymoon tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. So, I'm happy to kind of like get this as the final send-off.
Get it out of the way, and then
this whole week has been wild.
This was months in the making for our listeners.
In the making.
We had been talking to a lovely person named Dakota about getting Chef Joe on and kind of going back and forth. And it was like, let's time it with the release of this amazing cookbook. But is the honeymoon location a secret, or can we ask where?
No, we're going to Mexico. We're going to a resort in Mexico. We're very excited. It's the first time I think either one of us. I know either one of us have been on. We haven't done like a beach resort vacation together.
Oh man,
it's been years and years and years since I was a child. Probably the family trip was the last time I went to like a beach resort, and simply because my life like revolves around food, and I get excited about travel. And generally, everywhere we go, it's like, usually inland, Mexico City or New York or Miami or LA or San Francisco. And it's always food tours, taco tours, pizza tours. Where are we going for breakfast? Where are we going to lunch? Where are we going to dinner? Where are we going to second dinner? What reservations do we need? How are we going to get them? Who do I need to text? What favor do I need to call? How are we getting in here?
Second dinner.
And which is awesome. But the one thing Kate asked for, she was like, can we please just do nothing and go to a resort and lay on the beach? And so, we're doing that. We're not leaving the resort. We're not going to get tacos.
That all-inclusive life? Is that what's happening right now?
No.
No.
And if that's your style, God bless you. Not judging, but
okay. But tell me why the judgy eyes, real quick. Like, what's your?
I think as a chef, you guys can understand the level of food at those resorts are
it's bulk produced.
Yes.
Let's be real.
It's just, it's not food you want to eat. And like,
yeah,
as people who cook food regularly, we kind of have some sort of internal dialogue and standard as to the type of food we want to put into our bodies and enjoy. And what is enjoyable more so, less about what goes into our bodies. Because I'll shove my face with Taco Bell.
I think nothing wrong with that. I was going to say, like, I think you're giving chefs a little bit too much credit because I'm a damn trash can sometimes.
Yes, I have no problem with Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A and all the nonsense and garbage. Let's go. But I also rather find the resort we found supposedly, it's still probably a resort, but has a good culinary program. A very well-known chef in Mexico.
I love that.
Runs the program. And so I'm excited.
Yeah. Sometimes, you want to find that
it'll be a nice getaway.
You want to find those like bespoke experiences. Like you want to really like get in and figure out like what's happening and know the culture, and I like it.
Exactly. And just kind of like, we don't want to think about it. It'll just be like, we're there to relax, not
tours.
Necessarily to eat, not to leave, not to do anything, not to think, and that'll be good. It'll be good.
Food tours are like the next thing. Food tours are the next big thing that's coming out of like travel tourism and hospitality. Like food tours are massive, huge.
I'm obsessed with them. Like as someone who loves bringing others along on the journey. Like that's my favorite thing to do. When I used to live in LA, and I would have friends come and visit, and they were like, "What are we doing tonight? You guys want to go out? Where we?"
It's a crawl, man. A progressive dinner.
No, I do taco crawls. Taco crawls, favorite LA experience. As soon as the sun sets, all the stands and the tire shops and the auto body shops, the lights go up, the tents go up, the grills get fired up. Christmas lights are strung across the street. Lines start forming, and it's just like bounce around from spot to spot to spot. Usually try to hit like 5 or 6. Each one has like a particular type of taco or tortilla or reason you're going.
It's a vibe.
This one has really good like birria. This one has really good trompo. This one has really good corn tortillas. Oh, these are known for flour tortillas. And so, you do one, then you smoke a joint on the way to the next one. Then you eat a taco on the way to the next one. You eat a taco, and then before you know it, you don't even need a restaurant
hungry for all
reservation.
that, man.
Chef, that's like full service experience. Good for you. Like
Well,
anticipating needs. That's customer service right there.
Performance enhancing substances is what I like to say.
My problem is by like
that.
the third stop, I've already gotten full because I'm ordering like 2 things at each stop, you know. So
No, that's I do the ordering. I'm the professional. These people, my friends, are along for the ride because I've done this by experience. I know that I've made that mistake. I have done that. I've been in their shoes, and so I don't want to let them do the same thing.
Dude, you're like, let me curate. Hold on, I made this bad experience. Let me curate that for you so it's entertaining. Here we are. So I'm the most horrible host in the world. Chef, tell us a little bit about yourself, just in case the listeners aren't acquainted.
Oh, yes, of course. The man with the mustache. You may recognize me, the mustache, the hands from countless social media videos, primarily pasta making, a whole lot of focaccia.
One of my favorites.
I have a whole series on there called Will of Focaccia. But even before the days of social media, you probably saw me on maybe Top Chef, Chopped, Top Chef All-Stars, most recently all over Food Network, Tournament Champions, Guys Grocery Games, Beat Bobby Flay, all of the things, Wild Card Kitchen. I'd lose track of it. And before all of that, I'm kind of giving the bounce around version of my life. I spent over a decade in 1, 2, 3 Michelin star restaurants cooking.
This is you're the Tarantino cut, like the reverse timeline.
Exactly, reverse timeline. And before that, I didn't go to culinary school. I went to UC Davis. I got my bachelor's degree in communications, and I fell in love with cooking at a young age. Cut to black.
I love that.
Awesome.
I love it. And then like doves fly through the scene, and then all of a sudden
raviolis,
pasta
champagne are popping.
I love it.
Jars of marinara cracking, like
Orchietti is just like hitting the wall, and like I love that. I love that. Well, we start every episode by asking each other and our guests, what was the most amazing thing you ate this week? And Steve, why don't you go first?
We did smoked mushrooms, roasted duck risotto. Very delicious, very simple, but man, just kicks you in the mouth with like the umami flavors, all that stuff, going back and forth. It's really, really good. I've been looking forward to that one for quite some time.
What kind of mushrooms did you smoke?
So we got lion's mane, beach mushrooms, shiitakes, and then just some baby bellas.
Nice. Good mix.
I love shiitakes.
Although I have to admit, so my smoker went down, so I had to use my smoking gun and get like a container and wrap it all up with plastic wrap. And next thing you know, like there's smoke going all over the kitchen. You're like, I can dig it because my kitchen smells great, and it was just fun time.
I love it.
What about you all?
It's a good question.
Chef, you want to go, or you need a minute?
I got it. I just bounced around. We were in I think 4 different cities in the past week, and so I had a quick I had to think stop, and which one I want to choose. But the one I think that stands out is when I was in LA for a day. We stopped at Birria San Marcos. That started as a food truck. Now it's a hole in the wall restaurant, actually like a hole in the wall. You can't sit down. You just go to the window and order. But they have only birria, just all different style of birria tacos, like the quesabirria, the tacos dorados, but they have like a San Marcos style birria taco. So it's a double corn tortilla fried crispy shell stuffed with birria, guac, shreddis, queso fresco, consomme on the side, and then red and green salsa for pouring, dipping, and enlightening yourself. And just the textures, the contrast, the spices, the herbs, and the consomme was like a punch throat to the gullet, and it was just delicious. And if you couldn't tell already, I really like tacos.
Who does?
Let's go. I had tacos for dinner tonight, but they weren't amazing. Sorry.
They were not the best thing you ate.
Sorry, place that I ate dinner at. It wasn't great. No, mine's a little bit lowbrow compared to y'all's, but I wanted a fun play on chicken broccoli cheddar rice casseroles, so I made chicken broccoli cheddar meatballs, and I ended up doing them with egg noodles, and as a play on Alfredo, I made like a white bean based kind of like chicken bone broth velouté situation. So pureed white beans. So super protein fiber meal, but like nutritional yeast and shredded cheddar and grated like 2 heads of broccoli into a pound of ground chicken. And then our past guest, Johnny, he gave me some of his good on everything rub, mailed it to me after he made our appearance, and I put that in the chicken meatballs, and it was like delicious. So not mad at it.
I need to then get you guys. Have you had a chance to try Tontos?
No, I haven't.
My puffed pasta chips, my baby.
Let's go.
Finally, pasta meat snacking. The first and only puffed pasta chips, Tontos, and your favorite Italian flavors: marinara, pesto, cacio e pepe. We have a classico, which is sea salt and olive oil. And please send me or my people your info after this, and I will happily get you some Tontos. And if you're listening and want to get yourself some Tontos, we're on Amazon Prime, we're on JetBlue, we're in about 1,200 stores, Rayleigh's, Fresh Market. You can find our store locator, but highly recommend. We're running a couple of giveaways right now too, actually, coincidentally, because we're just over a year old. That reminded me, we're just over a year old, and we finally got into like our first national retailer. Shout out to Rayleigh's.
Congratulations.
And we're kind of like still in the testing phase. We have to do well. And in order to do well, I'm offering people a trip for 2 to fly here to Chicago and make pasta with me, and I'll cook you dinner, and we'll do a whole pasta party. And all you have to do to enter is buy Tontos and show us proof of purchase.
Dude, let's go.
Shut up.
It's on our website.
That's
it's
amazing.
easy to do.
I'll put everything.
Trying to, like, generate the buzz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'll put everything in the show notes. We'll share it on our socials. I'm telling you right now, Chef, you could flavor a phone book cacio pepe, and I would mess with it.
And you know what's wild?
So
it's our bestseller. And as chefs, we know that. We're like, fuck yeah, cacio pepe. Mm-hmm. But when we were developing the flavors a couple of years ago, before we really launched, we were doing some very non-formal focus group testing.
Yeah.
And found that the majority of Americans don't know what cacio pepe is.
They don't.
And so we almost did not roll out with that flavor. But luckily, I was adamant. I was like, you know what? Those people are just going to have to learn. We can educate them. There was a time where no one knew what nacho cheese or Cool Ranch was. And yet here we are.
True.
Man. Cool Ranch Tontos, though. I'm just saying.
Damn, that'd be good. That'd be real good.
That'd be pretty dope.
So like, do you have like a logo, like with your mustache and all that stuff? I've been always wanted to ask you, like, has that been like your staple with just like the mustache just grew and just stayed, or what?
It's been over a decade for sure, certainly. It started when I was working as I was a sous chef at Armin 74 in San Francisco. And it was like my first or second or third job after college, working in kitchens. And if in the Bay Area, if you're familiar with San Francisco, there's an annual marathon called Beta Breakers, where marathon athletes run from the Bay all the way out to the Breakers through the entire city. And it's maybe like a 5-mile run or something, 5K. I don't know.
Awesome.
But I did not participate in that. As a young 20s adult, as a lot of people in the city were, there's a whole tradition that a huge mob, and when I say huge, I mean like end to end of the street for blocks of people would just drinking in the streets, march through on the entire marathon path behind the runners. And people, rolling speakers and rolling kegs. And so, but everybody dressed up in ridiculous costumes and outfits and silly things. And so me and my roommates at the time were like, well, what are we going to dress up for this year? What can we do that's funny? And I was like, well, I could grow like any sort of facial hair, do something crazy. And they're like, let's be those like evil villains that tie people to train tracks with like the stripes and the capes. And so I did that. And I was like, this looks silly. Let me wear it to work on Monday. And I did that. And now here I am 15 years later.
You have like your business card. I feel like it should be like stunt mustache.
Yeah,
like,
and now it's part of it. I mean,
I love that.
There's a whole pile of mustache stickers next to me. Like it's everything.
I need one of those for my laptop.
Yeah, it's on my laptop. I have it's part of the deal now. It's become very much part of the brand. My wife has never known me without a mustache. That's crazy.
See, I'm the same way. Like, I've had my beard for like 10 years. So if I ever shave, people look at me like, who are you?
Also,
No,
like you're
grow back
12.
out. Yeah, but I'm also like a chia pet, so I just go, and it just grows back out. So
That's how mine is. Like
Yeah.
it just goes, it goes and goes.
That's amazing. That's
Awesome.
amazing. Why pasta? How'd you get in it? Where's that love come from?
It's funny because I grew up in an Italian American family, and pasta was like, we ate dried pasta, 3-4 nights a week.
Durum wheat
And I-
for the win.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
And I was like, bomb pasta again. This sucks. Can I have taco? Like, can I have Taco Bell? Like, that was what I used to want. And then, unbeknownst to me, now it's like become an intricate and one of the most passionate parts of my life. And I credit Michael Tusk and my time at Quince while I was working there for that. But I didn't go to Quince to specifically learn pasta. I didn't even know they were known for pasta. I just went to Quince because I heard it was the hardest place to work in the city. Everyone told me not to go work there. Everyone told me I'd hate my life. And I was like, perfect. That's where I want to go. That sounds like I'm going to learn the most.
Like those places are the kingmakers if you survive.
I mean, it's a very different, landscape now. But at that time, that was like the dream, the goal, to like get beat up as much as possible, just to like see how much you can take. And I took
pay
it.
your dues, so to speak.
I took it and I went for it and I ran for it, and it was like a drug, and I loved it, and it just like invigorated me. And but like, one of the pasta cooks did something got him ejected from the kitchen one night. And I don't even remember what it was.
Make it sound like a hockey game. Like he got disqualified.
One of the sous chefs turned to me at the time, was like, "You're on pasta station, and in order to work pasta, you're responsible for all the pastas that were on the menu." We had an AEM pasta team that would help make the pasta. You fill out your rec forms and be like, "I need 20 orders of tortellini. I need 12 triangoli. I need 13 tagliatelle," whatever your rec was for the day. But there's no guarantee they would finish it. So like if it was a busy day, you still needed those pastas on your station come 5:30. And so you would come in early or stay late or spend some of your time with the pasta guys, helping them prep your pasta. And that was just kind of like where I fell in love with it. I didn't speak much Spanish. They didn't speak much English, but our common language was pasta. And they were able to teach me everything that they knew. And that kind of really made me fall in love with it. Tusk came back from Italy at one point and had just spent time learning how to make tortellini by hand, roll out the sfoglias with the mozzarella, the giant rolling pin, and put a tortellini in crema on them, tortellini al crema on the or alla panna in cream on the menu, and everything had to be made by hand, fatto a mano, which led me to get this tattoo that says fatto a mano. Because it was the only dish I was responsible for. It was 18 pieces of tortellini per order. We did about 80 to 100 orders or covers a night, and every person got one bowl, and that was the only thing I had to do. But I had to knead the dough by hand, make the filling by hand, roll out the pasta sfoglias by hand, and just make tortellini. And I would do that for like 8 hours a day before service. And then work service, and I'd come in and just make tortellini, and I did that for like 6 months, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I quit already. I find me in the dish pit. Just
I talk to other people, and they're like, other people talk the same way about butchery or sausage making or music. And I'm like, how the hell could you stand there and do that long? Or shooting free throws or whatever it is. Like, I can't wrap my head around those things, but for some reason, this just clicked for me.
I worked at a chain. Everybody has that thing that like clicks their box, like or checks off their boxes, like whatever it is. For me, as weird as it sounds, outside of the food part, it's inventory. Like it just scratches some itch in my brain. Like I really enjoy it.
Talking about. I can't say I feel the same way.
Right. Like not many people do, but I worked for a kind of semi-national steakhouse chain, and I would cut fillets and ahi tuna and salmon like for 8-9 hours. And at the time I enjoyed it. Now I don't think so.
No way.
So, you're just like covered in shit, and like there's like just meat blood and like cartilage like on your apron.
You just smell like fish. It's in your nostrils.
Bro, you just smell like heme. It's when you just like ugh. Yeah.
No way.
But at
I'm
the
not-
time, I thought I was a badass. But I don't know about
right,
8
and you
hours.
probably
doing
were.
tortellini.
You were. I mean,
Tortellini,
that's not an easy task.
Tortellini to me sounds torturous. Like it's like like doing rosettes on cakes. Like I'm just like, no, thank you. I'd rather get a root canal. Thanks. So, Steve, what do you think? Could you make tortellinis for 8 hours a day?
Could I? Eventually I could, but it would take me a little bit of some practice, like I'm too squirrely, so I'd have to like really focus,
But I think I'm kind of the same way. Like I have a very hard time sitting still. Like I even have like a fidget spinner when I have to be on calls or whatever it is, because otherwise I'm like bouncing around. But for some reason the act of making the pasta, that repetitive motion, keeps me focused and grounded. And like, because this was like, one of those kitchens, there's no sound, there's no music, we're not like laughing and joking, it's like silent, except for
I
the sound.
actually prefer no music. Is that like weird? I just feel like it helps people focus. Like I don't know.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I think there's a time and place for it. I don't think you need it nonstop all day blasting.
When you're mopping, maybe like
break
turn
down,
that up.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
But then you got to find something that like everyone's going to agree upon, because you're always going to get that one person that says, this song sucks. Oh, let's play something else, So I can see that,
So we're talking about tortellini, right? Not like tortellini.
The little guys.
Little babies, right?
The little ones you normally would get like in the soup,
Crazy.
And then like some nights, because like Quince was connected to Catonia. Catonia's like the casual sister restaurant. They have like, they share a back employee area and all the things. And when there would be VIPs that came into Catonia, Chef Tusk would run over and be like, I need a platter of tortellinis. I need a platter of tortellini. Fire some torts. And your heart would sink, because that's like 10 orders of tortellini that you're firing to go.
Look, I don't want to do this for family meal.
Big copper platter to go to the VIPs next door, whether it's,
love that.
Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg or some other, San Francisco tech mogul. And you're just like,
I'll never forget, like maybe 2 years. I did go to culinary school, and I think the merit of it is whatever. It helped me get my first job, but then the first job helped me get all the other jobs after that. So it's like, nah, right? Like, and I'm still paying for it like 20 years later. So here we are.
I mean, I'm still paying for college, and I don't regret it. But I often, if the younger cooks or the younger generation ask me for advice, I always say, when you don't need to go to culinary school.
Yeah, go find somebody to stage under or something. But
that's what I get. Like, the cost of living has gotten so expensive, and if you have that chunk of money, I always recommend, and what I say is like, go use that as your support to go get a low-paying job at a like high-cover restaurant that is gonna like teach you everything from butchery to working the line to brunch service to burgers.
So where you can just go like learn,
so that way you don't worry about your paycheck as much, and you could just work and like share a house with 3 or 4 roommates instead of a couch, and just do that.
I never forget this being like a year or 2 out of school, making some like ridiculous like carrot butterfly or something. Like I thought I was totally hot shit, and then the chef's like, cool, let's go on the special, I need 80. No,
right. Including mushrooms, tortellini potatoes, like
no, sorry, I didn't mean it. I don't really know how to do it. It was a fluke. No, I need like 100 of them by 4 o'clock. Fuck,
you become the one person that knows how to do something, suddenly you're doing it every day.
I mean, the culinary school, that's where Melissa and I met. Like you learn the
basics, that's
great. But if I knew then what I knew now, I probably would have just done that, But
then we would have never met, Steve.
Yeah,
right.
True. Yeah, we all wouldn't be here hanging out and talking, So it all just worked out. But I mean, like there's no regrets on that. And I can remember there were times where like you're using a lot of the French terminology that we learned, things like that. And it's weird because I remember this one time I was helping a chef out. He was doing a taste test for an executive chef spot where I was working. And he comes up to me and he goes, I need a really, really, really small dice. And I look at him like, you mean Brunoise? Yes. What? Yeah. And I need a really, really, really thin sliced onion. Okay. you know, and it was a very strange feeling for him. But I was like, okay, this is like the few times where I'm glad I went to culinary school because I can use this terminology and I know what the hell I'm talking about. And I don't know why this guy's talking to me like I don't know what I'm doing, but all right, great. And so he's putting all his food up and stuff like that. And our food and beverage director is just saying, oh my God, this guy, his knife cuts are so great and this and that. And our pastry chef said, that's all Steven's cuts. And I never gloat. Like I'd never like brag about what I do. But even I felt a little bit like, yeah, you know.
Still got it. You got it.
Still got it. Yeah, I can't say so much for my brunoise after like I don't know, paying somebody else to do it for like 12 years.
Oh, I love a good brunoise. Yeah. One of my favorites.
I don't hate it. I don't have a use for it now.
My favorite. What's your favorite knife cut to do? I have a favorite one that, like, if I had a choice, this would be the one I would do.
Obliques, dude. Yes, nobody uses it.
Yes.
No, shut up. No.
I fucking love obliques. They're so satisfying to do like a whole like rondo roasted vegetables and obliques, roasted butter, and I love a good oblique. And they're so fun to do. They always look nice. They're hard to mess up.
It looks like intentional, but not. And then you can like call it rustic and add $2, like whatever it is.
You got it.
Let's go. Chef Steve, what's your favorite knife cut now that we're in it?
And it's not really a cut, but like I just love turning potatoes, and as horrible as they come out, like I just like that motion.
Like a 7-sided turn, like a tornado?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. If I worked for you, I would have words for you.
I still need a lot of practice, but like I said, there's just something comforting to me about that, you know, because I'm left-handed and I have my knife upside down.
You need a fidget spinner, Steven.
Right? You do. But I do it all ass backwards, and like I don't know why, it's just comforting to me. Like,
are you left-handed, Steve?
Yes.
I've
been me for 20 years.
That could be why.
It never came up.
Explains a lot. Explains a lot.
Chef Joe, what's your go-to Taco Bell order? What is it?
Taco Bell. The only thing I really crave from Taco Bell nowadays are the crunchy tacos. And I'll always go Supreme because I love sour cream. And I go back and forth on like if I'm in the mood for Doritos Locos, if I want just the regular. Depends, like if the last time I had Red 40, do I need my fix? Like, yeah, give it to me.
Yes, because that's where the flavor is. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I'm not against it. But I kind of like that's usually that. And then maybe if they have like some like random queso chicken south of the border crunch thing, I might try it. But
so
it's usually just a crunchy taco is my go-to.
Chicken nuggets, yay or nay?
Well, from Taco Bell, nay. My wife's one of her top 3 foods are chicken nuggets, so I've become a huge connoisseur of chicken nuggets, and I have my own opinions. No, I don't think Chick-fil-A's top tier at all. Popeyes has a good nugget. Everything Raising Cane's is better than Chick-fil-A. Hopefully they're not a sponsor.
Oh no, Steve! They say never meet your heroes.
I don't. So
sad.
I'll be honest. I don't remember. I don't know. Every time I eat Chick-fil-A, I wonder why people hype about it. I don't get it.
It's not high. It's not the best. It's just consistent.
Yeah,
it's really consistent.
No. In-N-Out is consistent. Chick-fil-A.
Okay, I love In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out, but you know, I'm just saying.
In-N-Out. I will die on the hill that In-N-Out is the most consistent restaurant in the country. Simply because.
Okay.
The bathrooms are in the same spot, no matter which one you walk into. The ketchup's in the same exact spot. The lemonade machine's in the same exact spot. The trash cans are in the same exact spot.
Chef
all
Joe
the seats are in the same exact spot.
He wants to understand.
The drive-throughs in the same exact spot. It is the most. You can't make an argument that there's another restaurant more consistent than In-N-Out.
Talk about food quality, my guy.
I'm saying as a whole, and then on top of that, their food quality is incredibly consistent.
It's good.
Yeah. Being from Texas, of course, you got Whataburger and you have In-N-Out. And so I have to drive 5 hours to go get In-N-Out, and I will take that over Whataburger. And speaking of Whataburger, I was going to say, speaking of Whataburger, you know, they got bought out by a company in Chicago. So, like, have they started popping up over there?
Oh, no, not yet. Not that I'm aware, not that I've seen. But then again, I don't explore Chicago as much as I could or should. Like I said, when I'm home, I don't go out much.
Yeah, I know the running joke for a long time was Whataburger's going to start doing like deep dish pizzas and stuff like that. But We haven't seen that yet. So
maybe.
Tavern style.
So if you're not
That's
having
real
Taco
Chicago
Bell
pizza.
tacos,
That's real Chicago.
what's your favorite filling or what's your favorite protein to go in a taco?
Ground beef.
Ground beef?
Like
Old school?
I love a good. I
Like
love a good
picadillo
ground
or
beef.
just like taco meat?
No, picadillo is a little too fancy most times. Like I'm always hesitant to order picadillo. If
I think if
see
you get it
picadillo
at
on the
somebody's
menu-
house, it's good. But like if you get it out, it's like, yeah, I get that. I get that.
You know, it's
Somebody's
I
mom
don't
gotta
think-
make
I think picadillo's inconsistent. Everybody,
Of
it's not
course.
it's not carne asada where you know what you're gonna get. It's a little
True.
bit kind of like depending on what seasonings
Now-
they use, how much tomato they put in it. You know, is
Carne
it chunky?
asada in Texas looks like fajita meat. Carne asada in California, way different. Super way
Okay,
different.
fair.
I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. Tex-Mex food, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's
but
both good.
I
like both.
love a good. I love if I'm going like Mexican American tacos. Definitely the Gringo like crispy taco, ground beef. Love it
Yeah.
to death. If I'm in Mexico, the trompo al pastor, all
always
day,
a
every
fan of,
day.
like, the lengua beef tongue. I love that stuff.
Oh no!
If
That
it's
was
on
like
the menu, I'm ordering it, man. I don't know why.
That's
I'll
hysterical.
eat it, but that's
Is it
probably
because of
like
what
my
it
fourth or
is?
fifth choice.
I was gonna say, is it because what it is, or are you just like,
No, it's just like I don't know. I feel like there was a period in time in my life where I was all about, and like I was a young
About
cook,
all about
up and coming in
awful.
the industry, all about awful.
Yeah.
Chris
Yeah.
Cosentino was the awful king, like blah blah blah, chicken pate, foie gras, this and that. And now I'm like, I don't need fucking chicken livers, man. I want soup dumplings or something delicious.
want soup
And
dumplings
so
right
that's
now.
kind of how I feel about lengua. Like, it's good, it's fine. If it's there, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
But it's not my number one choice by a long shot.
God.
I think pastor, but it's also because I have like just an odd fixation with putting pineapple on everything, including pizza. I'm sorry.
That's fine. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
So
There's
what you're
definitely
saying-
way worse mistakes you could do in life.
So what you're saying is, if I ever try to do like a Food Network challenge and you were a judge, don't give you lengua, give you ground beef.
No, like I said, I'd be
Deal.
fine with it.
Right?
I would absolutely be fine with it. I just wouldn't choose that.
Mm.
That would not
Do
be my
you-
choice.
Do you like other things that are in that same vein? Like, the thing that's made with the cheeks and all the,
Barbacoa.
yes, that barbacoa. Totally just drawing a blank. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I err on the side more of pollo asada, carne asada, chorizo, trompo al pastor. I like
Yeah.
the texture. I don't like the
Carnitas?
no, because that's more guisado style. So
Mhm.
traditionally, guisado is stewed. And
Yeah.
I don't like that mushy texture.
It's
per
too
se.
soft. Okay. Yeah.
It's too soft most of the time, and there's no texture, especially if you're just getting a street taco where it's tortilla, mush, and onions and
So-
cilantro.
so
That-
what
it
about, like,
doesn't
the
do it for me.
sweetbreads? That's another one of my favorites, like the mollejas, the sweetbreads and all that. Like, what's your take on that? Because you can make.
I don't
them-
know if I've had sweetbreads in a taco. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, I love doing
Oh
that.
no,
challenge.
I don't think I've seen that. What are they called in Spanish?
Mollejas.
Mollejas. No, I'm gonna look for those next
Mm.
week.
Oh,
I've
dude,
never
I
heard
love
of that.
stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
Mollejas.
Yeah.
That sounds. I'm so hungry, you guys. The dinner I had was not good, and you know how it is at work. Like I had a banana at 6 a.m. and I had like a Red Bull at like 1 o'clock, and then I had crap
Oh,
dinner.
yeah.
Like
That'll
just,
do it.
It was like somebody was trying to do Korean pork tacos, and they were too sweet. It was like they went Pan Asian and tried to hoisin it, and I was just like, just need something savory. But I ate
Too
it
much.
because like I'm a good person. But they were like, "How is it?" I was like, "It's great. I'm not coming back." Like, it's not for me.
I hear you. I hear
No.
you.
I'm just surprised I'm still awake. I woke up at like 5 o'clock this morning to fly back into Midland from Houston. So I literally went to Houston yesterday for a concert, flew back because I'm bougie like that, and Southwest has good rates. So like I've been up all day. I don't know how I'm still awake, but here we are.
Here we are.
For the love of the game. For the love of the
Joe.
game, chef.
That's awesome. Like I never in a million years would have thought like, hey, I'm hanging out with some friends now, on a Saturday night.
And here we are. And here
Yeah.
we are.
He's being really low key about it, but he's been fangirling out about you all week.
Oh shucks. Oh
Yeah.
shucks. We had a crazy week this week. We started production on a new show that I'm hosting. I can't really say much else beyond that, but that took up my whole week today.
Intrigue.
I was wrapping up all the loose ends before I've only like used my email out of office thing like once when I went to Italy for 2 weeks. And I turned it on. I'm so excited. It turns on tonight at like midnight or might or beyond.
Best.
I don't know.
It's the best.
And I'm so excited about that. I'm like ready. I don't know. I feel like it's better than Christmas Eve. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight.
The last cruise I took was down to Cozumel and back, just like a cheap 5-dayer. And I turned it on airplane mode, but I guess somehow on the boat, like work emails were still coming through. And I was no, I was like, stop.
Yeah, that's no good. Inevitably, I'm still going to look at them because I'm just sick in
You're
the
that
head.
guy. Yes.
I can't. I think especially as like an entrepreneur with
it's
so
your baby,
many different
though.
noodles in the pot. I mean, because I have Tontos.
I see what you did there, and I like it.
I have my gourmet ravioli that I launched. I have the cookbook getting ready to come out. I have all these other projects in the works. I'm working with all these brands on recipe development and just so many different things. I always feel like if I'm not on doing something, like someone else is. And I have this like internal like struggle of wanting to just always be working to stay ahead. Yeah. And it's like a blessing and a curse.
Just don't pull a Steven and forget to turn your notifications back on after vacation, and then you miss a couple important meetings.
Yeah, that would not be good. That would
my goodness.
Be good. I'm already booked through to Christmas when we get back. So I'm going to enjoy the time off while we can.
High demand. Well, tell us about the cookbook. Now you've got to hype it.
Yeah.
We talk about the cookbook.
Plug that thing.
Breaking the rules.
Let's
a fresh take on Italian classics. And contrary to popular belief, it is not just a pasta cookbook.
Okay.
I set out to write a pasta cookbook, but no, I decided to go a different direction and make this more general, all-purpose, cooking. And it's kind of this idea of making people comfortable in the kitchen, breaking all those Italian traditions and Italian norms of what people think a pesto should be or what a red sauce has to be or what a ragu has to be. There's still 2 chapters on pasta, one about all my favorite fillings, one about all my favorite sauces and braises and things like that. And, it's about dried pasta being your best friend and not turning your nose up at a box of dried pasta and letting that be the star of the show.
That's full circle moment.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good bookend. And we, we put a lot of work into the repurposing of recipes and things getting reused as leftovers and all these like little boxes and blurbs on recipes on like how to not let things to go to waste, what to do with extra pasta fillings, what to do with extra braises, what to do with extra sauces, how things can have multiple uses throughout the book. And then a big struggle was making it approachable, but still chefy enough that I could be proud of it.
Yeah.
And going back and forth with my publisher about that. And we ended up like adding all these, we call them chefing it up boxes.
I love that.
Here's the recipe.
That's awesome.
But if I was in the restaurant, I would use black garlic instead for this part. Or if I was in the restaurant,
hell yeah, you would.
I would actually make a crumble out of all of the leftover carrot skins or whatever, corn husks, or I'd make corn stock out of the cobs, all these little like touches. And I'd be like, this is how we do it in the restaurant. And so, I think it's a good book for chefs, home cooks, the culinary curious, all alike.
Because that was going to be my question. Like, as generic as a question is like, who's your target audience? Like that's awesome that you're, like kind of getting a little bit of everything. Like I know when I did my cookbook, it was meant to be like cooking made simple for people who don't cook, who want to learn how to cook. And so I had a lot of people talking about like your recipes are easy to follow, things like that. So like, that's really awesome. Taking it to a whole nother level. I never thought about that.
That's why our podcast exists, is because we wanted to break down the barrier between people who felt like they weren't chefs, and we could start the dialogue. Everybody can come to the table and go like, yeah, it's food. We all like food. Here's the common ground. And then like, we can get into it,
Food is the ultimate common ground.
It's the ultimate. It unites us.
It unites us. It's one of the only things that it doesn't matter what background you come from, where you grew up, where you live, what language you speak, how old you are.
Yeah.
If you share a meal with someone, there's a natural connection between the two of you that you can both communicate through, and that's food.
And the art of breaking bread is dead. Like the art of enjoying a meal is like slowly dying. Like there's pockets of people are revitalizing it, and like we understand how important it is to like human connection, to share that meal and not rush through it, not be on your phone and be present and all the things like, but like it's it's really encouraging when things like this happen. And because I'm Chef Steve's biggest hype guy, he's totally going to send you his cookbook. I'm gonna put that out there.
I need to figure out. I need a new cookbook wall because I've completely run out of space.
Love it
behind me, but that's
you just start making furniture out of it. That's what you gotta do. So like,
it's my wife that is more concerned where my cookbooks are going now.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
you got some storage solutions.
I say that all the time. Like it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. Like the common thing is food. Everyone's got to eat, and everyone has like a favorite dish, things like that. And, I've always done that with friends, especially like picky eaters. But I can remember this one time in Austin a couple years ago after a concert, having a few too many, like going to the food trucks. And then I remember my wife and I made friends with this dude from San Diego, and he like was offering us food from his, like he had like a Persian food, and we were getting like Mexican food, and we were just total strangers just sharing, off each other's plates. And it was the coolest thing ever, So, yeah.
Yep. Food is the ultimate connector. Food has power.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Chef Joe, I have to ask, what is the most, I don't know how to phrase this. What's the most annoying thing that home cooks do with pasta? Like, what is the thing that grinds your gears that you're hoping to fix?
Like cut long noodles.
Like breaking it? Like before you cook it?
Like you serve a plate of tagliatelle or a plate of bucatini or spaghetti, and they go
taking a knife to it. Oh, yeah.
And cut it up.
You got to get that twirl game going.
That breaks my heart. That breaks my heart.
I didn't know if it was going to be like oiling the water or like not.
That's just dumb. That is nothing about. That doesn't bother me. I'm just like, you're an idiot.
Some people don't know better. I don't know. You got to teach them.
I mean, I think at this point, every adult should know that oil and water don't mix. So what are you doing?
I don't know.
Sorry, chef.
Food Network out there just making bank off of like worst cooks in America.
It's not real. Oil and water don't mix. Oiling your pasta water does nothing. And and you're right. I mean, I lean into that troll. There was a whole like thread on Food Network's Instagram about like maybe there's a comment someone asking Scott Conant if he oils his pasta water, and was like, absolutely not. And then my top comment right underneath was like, I only use oil in my pasta water, the finest of oils.
We're just planting it in oil.
All the comments under there was like, no way, really? Joe Sasto uses oil? Is it like? And I was like, you guys, like,
hashtag sarcasm.
Come on.
Speaking of Food Network, like, funny. What got you onto the Food Network? Like, what got you to like try out for some of those competitions, things like that?
So I did Top Chef, and I had a really good time. I did really well. I did Chopped. Yeah. I did Chopped was the first one I did, and Chopped was like the show that like I grew up watching on the couch. Like Chopked's been around forever.
Yeah,
I grew up watching Chopped. And I was like on the couch, like, running through the scenarios in my head. Oh, if I got pig's blood, I would do this. If I had acorns, so whatever it is. And I always had a plan and a strategy. I applied, and it took them like 3 or 4 years to get back to me. Oddly enough, it was not a quick turnaround on Chopped. Then I got to do it, had a blast, loved it. Did really well, and I was like, I like this. Then came Top Chef, that went well, and then I didn't really have my eyes set on TV or anything, or doing, it had always been a dream of mine to be on Food Network. As a kid that grew up watching Food Network, learning from Food Network, being inspired by Food Network, and they were, that was like my impromptu culinary school was Food Network. And it was a very different landscape back then. If you're younger and a younger generation listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I'm about to sound like my parents and be like, yeah, it used to be real cooking shows. Sorry.
It used to be real cooking shows before it was competition cooking. And like they called them stand and stirs, where now like you only find that on YouTube. Yeah. But where you could learn a lot from YouTube now. And that's where I learned everything, a lot of what I know about cooking from watching those on Food Network. And through social media and getting, well known on that, I ended up meeting an agent who became my manager. And she does a lot of casting and production and, well connected in the food world, and started pitching me and putting me up for all of these shows. And I was an alternate for TOC through season 3.
Wow.
And I got the call like 2 weeks before someone had dropped out. And that was like my first intro into the world of Guy. And I beat Antonio LaFaso in the first round. And that like made waves. I did really well on the show. Like then Guy and I started getting along really well. And he kind of took me under his arm and started putting me up for shows and putting me around his whole universe of all the productions that he runs, and became kind of like a mini mentor. And like I co-hosted a show one summer that he helped produce and put together with us. And it was called Best Bite in Town. And still you can stream it if you never got to see it. Fucking loved it. I wish it got more than one season. I hear
noted.
0.1 or something away from being rounded up to getting like the season 2 from the Nielsen rating. Hopefully I would love to do more of that show. That was super fun. And just, I really enjoy just being in front of people and sharing my story and talking to the camera. And, now I feel lucky enough that I'm able to inspire the next generation being on TV and exactly where like I used to be. And, I had always said that I love doing what I do because I get to inspire, and I hope to inspire the next generation.
Yeah.
And I'd always said it. And I had that bookend full circle moment just a week ago, maybe. It was last week. I was in Minneapolis. I was emceeing like a fundraising gala, and I went to dinner at Demi the night before the event. And, Gavin Kaysen's super nice fine dining chef's counter restaurants, like 18 seats. And I walked in, I was like, oh my God, these line cooks look so young. And I like felt old for the first time.
They're babies. I know.
They're babies, young kids. And they're plating and everything. And one of the line cooks who's serving them all night long, because they serve you, the chefs serve you at the counter. And at the end, he's like, I just want to tell you, like, chef, I first watched you on cooking competitions during COVID when I was 16. And that inspired me to get into cooking. And here I am now.
Man, I bet he was losing his shit getting to serve you. That's amazing.
And I was like, oh, my, like heartstrings. My wife started crying.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Such an emotional moment that really like connected with how even if you intend to have an impact on someone's life, sometimes you don't even realize what little actions or what things you could do or how many people you could affect and touch. And like, that whatever that cooking competition that he saw me on, like, changed his entire life. It set off him on a whole trajectory to now become a chef and to be doing this and like to be working at, arguably the best restaurant in Minnesota.
I don't know if you ever watched Bobby Flay on The Main Ingredient on Lifetime before it was on the Food Network. Before the Food Network even existed, he was like off on the women's channel.
I've never heard of that.
The main ingredient with Bobby Flay. And I kid you not. I sent a self-addressed stamped envelope and $3.75 in cash to the show and mailed in for a recipe and got it back. And it was what I would look at now and be like, that's no big deal. But I think at the time and the age I thought it was like the most incredible thing ever. It was like a basil lime compound butter that he put on corn on the cob. But I was glued to this guy and could not get enough. It was like him and Martha Stewart,
I love this. I'm gonna see it right now.
It was a low production.
I'm going to come back next time I see Bobby. I'm going to bring this up because I totally did not know that existed.
But between that, before I even knew who that guy was or anything, I don't really understand that like women could be chefs or anything else. And the first experience I ever had, like in a super nice restaurant, the chef came out with a signed menu and like a handmade truffles, and we did like a tasting menu. And it was the first time I'd ever done that. It was at this particular restaurant, this chef started as like a busser and got a GED and like worked her way up. And I just thought, I can do it. I'm going to do it. And that's it. That was the rest of the story. Right. So yeah. It's wild, dude. You don't know. You never know who you're like. You never know where in somebody's story you will meet them.
No,
Could
you
be the
never know.
beginning.
And,
Could be the middle.
yeah,
Like,
and even just
wild.
like sharing your story could like impact people. And it's interesting how much we're all similar and not even realize it because we're afraid to like be
Yeah.
vulnerable or talk about our problems or life
Yeah.
experiences that you think are unique to just you. But then as soon as you start talking about it, you realize so many people have been through the same thing or going through the same thing.
Yeah,
and
100%.
it's just nice to feel not alone.
I had the opposite problem. People would ask me all the time. They'd be like, "Would you ever go in Hell's Kitchen?" I'm like, "No, because I don't like being yelled at." Next.
That one, I did not go that route because I had gotten yelled at enough.
Well, and you know that stuff.
Go do it on TV.
That stuff is for American audiences in front of the camera. If you watch him on the BBC, he's a teddy bear, right? I'm like,
oh yeah. Of course.
No reason. I don't need to.
Although I did just start. I watched, but we watched Hell's Kitchen the other day for one of the first times. Our friend was one of my close friends. Now did a very early season on that show before I knew him.
Yeah.
And I never watched the show, so one night we were laying around, we're like, let's
put what
Cody
a trip,
on Hell's Kitchen, and see what it was like. And it was like, I don't know, season 11 or something. And I'd never seen the show, but Gordon yelling at these cooks or chefs, I think is a very generous term. Is I think he's not at all like they're doing ridiculousness. Like, how could you not?
It's all shenanigans.
Shenanigans. What is happening? How can these people not do? Like, it's just like, I can't cook a piece of salmon, and they're like, "How do I cook this? It's sticking in the pan," and it's like, is this your first day on Earth? Like, what are you doing on the show?
I like a more controlled setting. Me and the French top don't get along. That thing's like cooking on the surface of the sun. I'm not a fan.
Oh, see, I learned on a French top. It took me a while to get used to like a 12 burner.
I grew up with an electric stove. I'm just like, nah.
The on the line with the 12 burner is harder. I think takes more skill than a French top because you got to control all the knobs and
sure.
You have the fire and the towels and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
See, I remember being in culinary school, and I think Hell's Kitchen had just come out. This was like in 04, 05. And I remember the instructors just saying, "Oh, that's just all TV, this and that." And I watched an episode. Of course, Gordon's just yelling and throwing stuff everywhere. And I had this just negative connotation, like, who in the hell is this guy? And of course, you watch Kitchen Nightmares, and it's a completely different thing. And you think, okay, this guy's really badass. Cool, yeah.
Yeah, Kitchen Nightmares. You're like, no wonder. You watch Kitchen Nightmares, you realize they're like, why isn't everyone yelling? Why is he the only one yelling?
And it's crazy because I can remember, man, like 10 years ago, I was watching a rerun, and someone that we went to culinary school with, I will not say who or where.
You got to tell me off the air. Oh my God.
Off the air, but came out in Hell's Kitchen. And I just remember jaw on the floor, like, I remember that guy from culinary school.
Dude.
I remember that person. I'm not giving anything away on that one.
Yeah, no. We're not here to do that.
But I can remember, watching Top Chef. Like, I didn't really watch much of Top Chef, but my wife loves that show. And a good friend of mine who, when he was coming up, he would watch Top Chef. So I'd go hang out with him from time to time and watch it. And I think that was the season you were on. And,
Colorado.
Everyone that was putting their stuff up, like, it was good. And there was something about you. I was like, okay, this dude seems like really down to earth. He's doing like, I remember you doing a lot of pasta stuff and just thinking like, damn, like this guy's making that food look sexy. Like it's pasta, but like, wow, like just mind blown. And then like, I remember started following you like on the socials and stuff like that. And even like, especially like Instagram and stuff like that. And before we got on, I was saying, I sent you a couple like comments and messages and stuff like that. And you actually responded. I just thought, okay, this guy's really awesome, and I think you've even collaborated with his name's Adam. Can't remember his last name, but I know he's up there in Chicago too.
Adam Witt.
Yes.
Yeah.
I follow that guy too.
We've done a handful of things now. I think the first time we cooked together, we did deep fried Chicago beef sandwiches, and I don't think I have been able to eat a Chicago beef since that monstrosity.
Yeah, and I started following him. So like whenever I see him, like, there's Joe Sasto. Like, one day I'm going to meet that guy, you know? So
Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. And whenever I make it to North Carolina next, hopefully we'll be able to get together.
Absolutely. You'll have to make it a header trip.
Make a double to Texas.
So I'm a Dallas native. I've been here about a year and a month. I relocated with my company to open a new one. So awesome. Yes, yeah. I haven't found the good barbecue yet. Everybody's like, oh, the best barbecue is such and such place. And I'm like, yeah, is it whole hog? And they're like, no, it's Texas style. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's just like pizza. It depends what you like. But growing up on the West Coast, like me, I didn't know what barbecue was until my time at Charleston. And what was it, Leroy and Lewis? Or what's the place in Charleston?
Yes. Yeah.
Lewis. I know what you're talking about. I don't know if it's just Lewis's or Leroy and Lewis something.
I researched it for one of our barbecue episodes, and I remember the name. Yep.
I waited in line for 2 hours, and I was like, "This is, I guess, what you do." And then I had
it. Franklin's experience.
Yeah, but I was like, "Okay, I get it." I had a bite. I was like, "Okay, it's part of the whole experience of waiting in line to get this thing that took 2 days to make. That is really good and unique." And there's so many different techniques and ways to do it. And I finally, I understood it. It's not necessarily my favorite thing because I feel like you can only have a couple bites of it. And then you're like, oh my God, meat sweats. Well, I don't need a pound of brisket and a dino rib.
You don't?
Sauce and it's just.
Are you sure?
And that's not even getting into the sides. So barbecue's a lot. It's great. But I had that intense. That barbecue moment at Lewis in Charleston.
I think it's like something genetic in Texans. Like we can handle, a pound and a half of mixed meat and 3 sides and be like, where's the cobbler? Like, I don't,
Well, don't even get me started. There's always room for dessert. That's the name of the chapter in the cookbook. I love dessert. I have a sweet tooth. It's never a question. It's not, are we getting dessert? It's what dessert are we getting?
What is your favorite pasta shape?
Oh, to make or to eat?
To eat.
I really like agnolotti del plin, like classic in the meat sauce with the braised meat inside, little sage, little parm. That's it. Don't give me this like Mexican street corn, butternut squash, elevated avant-garde chef agnolotti del plin. I want OG that you get in Piedmont.
All right. So you have to explain to the listeners what that is.
So traditionally, agnolotti del plin, pasta with a pinch. It's like a little folded over ravioli with a little pocket and like usually fluted edges. And it comes from Piedmont, up northern Italy. And it's usually filled with braised meat, sometimes rabbit, pork, beef, veal, just a mix of a whole bunch of stuff, whatever is available at the end of the week. Usually some vegetables, mirepoix, usually a leafy green, kale or spinach. And then everything is ground together.
It's like ragu du jour.
Yeah, ragu du jour. Everything's ground together. And then you save all that braising liquid, reduce it down, mount it with butter, parm, a little bit of sage, put in your agnolotti that was turned into the filling. And just like it's like meat on meat, unctuous, lovely, warm hug goodness. It's like elevated pot roast in pasta form, I guess. You know what I mean?
I love it. What's your least favorite pasta shape? Do you have a least favorite?
Least favorite?
Something you just don't enjoy?
I don't love spaghetti.
Yeah, why? Too much?
I don't know.
Oversaturated?
Because people cut it. That's why.
I don't know. I feel like maybe that was the one we ate the most growing up was spaghetti.
I don't like bucatini. It's wet straws.
I like bucatini though. I like the bouncy texture of the noodle with the hole.
Yeah.
Without the hole, the noodle's not bouncy enough, and I don't like that just texture of spaghetti. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm really. It doesn't work in every application, but I think I'm really partial to ditalini. I don't know, something comforting about like it just reminds me of like Campbell's chicken and star soup, I think, or something. Like when I was a kid, it's like, you just do it. You just make like a real bone broth and butter and parm and like, I don't know, just something about it.
It's crazy.
That's like an Italian American classic. I feel like that right there.
For me, pasta can be overwhelming because there's so many shapes and names and things like that, that I've never even heard of or seen things like that. So like over the years, I see something that like, how long has this shape been around? What's the name of this? Oh my God. What, like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm always learning about pasta, like new shapes, new names, things like that. It's awesome.
Well,
More than
as
just
Joe
spaghetti.
Sasto always says, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. Give me food puns all day long. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Chef Joe, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at chef.joe.sasto just about everywhere. I think YouTube and TikTok, there are no dots, but you could Chef Joe Sasto. And if Google does its job right, you will find me. You can find Tontos at Eat Tontos. You can find Rippy at Rippy Foods. And my mission, my goal in life is to bring pasta to the people.
Pasta to the people. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get a copy of your book. I'm super excited.
Thank you, guys. And the books are still available for pre-order on Amazon. I have a link in my bio on Instagram for signed copies.
I was going to say, how do I get it signed?
Signed copies you order from City Lit, is a bookstore here in Chicago. I'm going to go in and sign.
Support local.
Where they get
Love
sent.
that.
Yep, support local. The link is in my bio, and we could throw that one up there as well.
Okay, amazing. I'll make sure we have all the information for everybody to access. Hey, it's really been a pleasure. Thank you for spending part of your Saturday night with us. Like,
great.
You've been so generous with your time. Like,
this is my Saturday night. I just drank a wink, and we're gonna go lay down and chill.
Nice.
Let's go.
Before we wrap up, I just gotta give props to a previous guest, Sean Walchef, who told us, hey, you can do whatever y'all want. He was very inspirational. And he's like, or he asked us, like, who are the people that you want?
He asked us who our whales were. Like, who's your top get? And then he challenged us, like, reach out.
So
love that.
Yeah. My two were Philip Foss at L Ideas up there in Chicago, and you were the other one. He's like, well, why haven't you reached out yet? So that's what prompted us to reach out. So I got to give mad props to Sean on that one.
Hell yeah. So, shout out to Sean.
Very much.
And mine is Bobby Flay, and I have no idea how to get a hold of him.
Well, he's much tougher. He's much tougher.
Respect. Respect. But yeah, hey, it's really been a pleasure. Hang out after we stop recording and we'll wrap it up. But
cool. Thanks, guys.
Everybody, thanks so much for listening. Find us in all the usual podcast places. And for Chef Joe and for Chef Steve, I'm Melissa, and we gotta go. Bye.
Bye.